Have you ever had the flu and felt like the worst part was not even the fever or the cough, but that deep, heavy headache that made everything harder? You try to rest, but your head feels full, your body feels weak, and even simple things like light, sound, or getting out of bed suddenly feel exhausting. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. A lot of people experience headache with flu, but many still wonder, is that normal? Why does it happen? And when should you actually worry? In this video, we are going to break that down in a simple and practical way. We will talk about what causes a flu headache, why it can feel so strong, who may be more affected, when it could be a sign to get medical help, where the pain usually shows up, and how to manage it safely at home. Stay with me until the end because some headaches during flu are expected, but others can be a sign that your body needs more attention than you think. So, what exactly causes a headache with flu? The answer usually comes down to how your body responds to infection. When you have the flu, your immune system gets activated and releases chemicals that help your body fight the virus. That is useful, but it can also make you feel miserable. Those body changes can lead to inflammation, fever, dehydration, fatigue, and pressure in the sinuses, all of which may contribute to headache pain. On top of that, when you are sick, you may not drink enough water, may not sleep well, and may spend more time in bed or in a dark room, which can make the headache feel even worse. In some people, coughing, congestion, and a blocked nose add extra pressure to the face and head. That is why the pain can feel dull, heavy, throbbing, or spread across the forehead behind the eyes, or around the temples. The important point is this: the headache is often not random. It is part of the way the body reacts while trying to recover from the flu. Now let's talk about why a headache with flu can feel stronger than expected. It is not always just one factor. Often, it is several things happening at the same time. Your body may be dealing with fever, inflammation, poor sleep, less food, less water, body aches, nasal congestion, and nonstop fatigue all at once. When that happens, even a moderate headache can feel overwhelming. If your nose is blocked or your sinuses feel full, that pressure can make the front of the head feel especially uncomfortable. If you are coughing often, the repeated strain can also worsen the pain. Some people are also more sensitive to headaches in general, especially if they already deal with migraines or tension headaches. For them, the flu can act like a trigger that makes the pain stronger or more frequent. This is why a flu headache may feel heavy, squeezing, throbbing, or just impossible to ignore. The body is already under stress, and the headache becomes one more burden on top of everything else you are trying to manage while feeling sick. So, who is more likely to feel headache with flu, and where does that pain usually show up? The truth is, almost anyone with the flu can get a headache, but some people may notice it more. Adults who are dehydrated, people who are not resting enough, those who already get migraines, and anyone dealing with heavy congestion may feel stronger headache symptoms. People under stress or poor sleep can also feel worse because the body has less energy to cope with illness. As for where it hurts, flu headaches often show up across the forehead, around the temples, behind the eyes, or as a general heavy feeling throughout the whole head. If sinus pressure is involved, the pain may feel strongest in the face and around the eyes. If fever and body aches are more dominant, the headache may feel more widespread and dull. That location matters because it can give you clues about what is contributing most to the pain. Your head is not just hurting for no reason. The pattern often tells part of the story. This is one of the most important parts of the video. When should a headache with flu make you worry? A mild to moderate headache can be a normal part of the flu, especially if you also have fever, body aches, congestion, and fatigue. But some signs should never be ignored. You should get medical help if the headache is suddenly severe, keeps getting worse, comes with confusion, trouble breathing, chest pain, fainting, neck stiffness, seizures, severe vomiting, or unusual sleepiness that feels hard to explain. You should also be more careful if the fever is very high or lasts longer than expected, or if the person with the flu is elderly, pregnant, immunocompromised, or has other medical conditions that increase risk. A headache that feels different from your usual headache pattern is also worth paying attention to. The key is not to panic, but also not to dismiss serious changes. Flu can be manageable at home in many cases, but warning signs mean it is time to stop guessing and seek proper medical evaluation. Now let's get into how to manage a headache with flu safely at home when there are no serious warning signs. Start with the basics, because they really matter. Rest as much as you can and drink enough fluids to help with dehydration, especially if you have fever or are sweating more than usual. Keep the room comfortable, limit bright light if it bothers your head, and try to avoid long screen time while you recover. If congestion is adding pressure, gentle steam, a warm shower, or simple measures to stay comfortable may help some people feel better. Eating light, easy foods can also support recovery if you are able to eat. Over-the-counter options may help some people, but they should be used carefully and according to label instructions or medical guidance, especially if you have other health conditions. Most importantly, pay attention to the overall pattern. A headache that slowly improves as the flu improves is reassuring. A headache that worsens, changes, or comes with warning signs deserves a closer look. So if you are dealing with headache with flu, the big takeaway is this. Yes, it is a common symptom, but that does not mean you should ignore how it behaves. A flu headache can happen because of fever, inflammation, dehydration, congestion, poor sleep, and the overall stress your body goes through while fighting infection. In many cases, it improves with rest, fluids, time, and supportive care. But if the headache becomes severe, unusual, or comes with warning signs like confusion, breathing trouble, neck stiffness, chest pain, or worsening weakness, it is important to seek medical help. Your body gives signals for a reason, and knowing which ones are normal and which ones are not can make a real difference. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a diagnosis or a substitute for professional medical care. If symptoms are severe, persistent, or worrying in any way, please contact a qualified healthcare professional. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below with your experience, questions, or suggestions for future videos.